Welcome everybody to the first Sunday night live stream of 2021. We're in a new year, new month, and we've got stocks that are ready to explode. We have about we have how many of our next super stocks? I think we have about 10 stocks right now in our little universe of next super stocks, which again, this is what I believe are stocks which have the best upside potential, and a lot of these are already up significantly. We've had some couple of 5-baggers, 3-baggers, 7-baggers. So we want to find out if there's going to be 100 baggers for 2021 for the PennyStock Billionaire Gang. That's what we are calling this now, the PennyStock Billionaire Gang. Happy New Year to you, Randeep, J, FM, Nicholas, David. The Thorlick is back. It's cold now here. All right. FCO Trip, hot stocks right now. We got CBDT, a lot of action in these stocks. Let's see what is going on here. Okay, so before we get started, everything here is, none of this is investment advice, not a buy-sell recommendation. These are very high-risk stocks. You could lose all your money in these stocks if you keep them or whatever. So this is very high risk. Do not invest in these stocks unless unless you could lose all your money and not worry about it. Okay, so that being said, let's go to okay, so anybody that's new here, if you don't know, click the subscribe button, the like button several times. We are on Telegram. By the way, I added a link. There's a link below in the description of the video. I think some of the links we had were not working. So there's a new link. I put in a link which goes to Wall Street Reporter /links. You go there, and that'll give you all our links. That's Discord, Telegram, and Twitter, and also TikTok. I just started a TikTok. That's a little bit crazy. This is think of the TikTok as a parody account. Don't take it seriously. Visby, yeah, shit. We got some. There's so many of these stocks are moving right now. It's incredible. So here's what's happening right now. Like, if you've been watching for the last few months, I think I said this back in early December when I was talking about Tesla and Bitcoin as the two horsemen of the speculative apocalypse, as I call them. These things are, you got to keep an eye on these, because this is this is sort of the bellwethers. These two are the bellwethers, really, of our universe, because our universe is the universe of speculation. Okay, these are high risk, high beta, high upside potential, high risk stocks, and what is happening is Bitcoin. You know how much I hate Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is a scam, and I said it before. It's going to 100,000 back when it was at 20,000. And it's in the low 30s right now. Bitcoin is in the low 30s. And the chart, I don't know if I could pull up the chart, but the Bitcoin chart actually looks like it's about to go parabolic. I mean, it looks, hang on, can I pull up Bitcoin? I got the Fans Unite here. Now, I think if you like Bitcoin, I mean, look, if you want to make 3 times your money in Bitcoin, God bless you. You want to get in at 33,000, buying basically hot air, and hope it goes to 100,000. God bless you, can make 3 times your money. However, we have much, much better risk reward setups. And I think in our stocks, whether it's Fans, whether it's SHG, Visby, Cabin, Trip, I mean, all these guys. But let me see if I can pull up the Bitcoin chart, because it is, how do I get Bitcoin USD? There we go, Bitcoin USD. I think this should work. Sorry, I'm using okay, it's not coming up here. Wait, Bitcoin. How about I use this futures? Do the futures work here? Okay, this is good enough. This is good enough for you guys, right? Okay, I don't know. This is all nonsense anyway. I'm using this. It's Same idea. This is all crap. Okay, look at this. Look at the trajectory. Look at the angle now. Look at what's happened just in the last, like, call it 8 trading sessions. I mean, if you look at the other charts, smoother, but it's starting to really go parabolic. I think, this thing could really go crazy here. I hope it does not overheat too much because, I mean, this thing can go to 75,000 and then collapse, and that'll really be a systemic shock to the system. I mean, really, it's going to wipe out a lot of people, mostly the speculative people. I think also a lot of people like in the third world countries, which are using Bitcoin. Unfortunately, they're using Bitcoin because their currencies in their countries are I mean, they don't try, like people in Nigeria, in I don't know, where else? What's the other country? Yeah, I mean, Eastern Europe. I mean, people who basically don't trust their countries, their currencies, are buying Bitcoin, and Venezuela, the whole Latin America. I kind of feel sorry for these people because they're gonna get hurt seriously, and it's gonna have a knock-on effect on a lot of things, and that might happen in about 4 months. Let's say by April. So by April, yes, this guy's making fun of my astrological predictions of last week. Bitcoin. Yeah. So let's see here. There were Russia. I think the Russians are also crazy in the Bitcoin. I mean, it's crazy. Let's see here. So yeah, so listen, forget about these stocks. Okay, now Tesla. Here's the other speculative nonsense. Tesla. If you look at the Bitcoin and Tesla charts, if you superimpose them, the kind of that angle where you see it starting to really escalate in the last month, Tesla started that escalate, that the angle started steepening. It really wants to go parabolic. I think we're going to see a parabolic move in Tesla in January into mid-February. We're going to see that $1,000 again. I hate Tesla more than I hate Bitcoin. But this, again, it also is going to cause, I think, a systemic problem. It might even go, I mean, Tesla might even go to 1,500. Tesla can go to 1,500, 1,250. I mean, because what happens with markets is they always go far. They always go to a little bit more. They always expand beyond. Like either they crash way too hard or they expand like way too much. So I think we will see something like that happen in Tesla, where it can go to 1,200, 1,500, and then it'll collapse. When Tesla collapses, it's going to take the market down with it. It's going to be really ugly. But that'll be probably by March. So I think we got a couple months to make a lot of money in our stocks. These overextended. There you go. That's the word I was like. Things go. They always go. Oh, Piotr, спасибо. You speak по-русски, вы говорите? For the electric bill. We need the electric bill to keep the lights on here. We got to keep the lights on. And 700, 520. Yeah. I mean, this is crazy. Mohammed, Happy New Year to you. Even though you're not a fan of Trump, even though you didn't like my Trump comment on Twitter. Listen, we're all entitled to our political opinions. That's part of what makes the world great. Am I shorting Tesla and Bitcoin? Here's the crazy thing. I mean, how can you even short these? First of all, it's too early because they're about to go parabolic. But even then, it would be extremely dangerous. I mean, it's very dangerous shorting these type of crazy moves. I mean, the only thing you could, I mean, I'm not a believer in short selling, although I could spot things, unless you're doing a hedge. Hang on a second. Okay, guys, please don't promote these fugazi stocks in my live stream. We have to block people who do these crap stocks here. So Yeah, 1,000 baggers, 1,000 baggers only. Yeah, I wouldn't short these stocks right now. I wouldn't short Tesla. I wouldn't short Bitcoin. Again, they're going up, and it's. I think it's much better. I mean, the problem with short selling is you have a limited. The upside is limited because the upside is the stock or whatever it is goes to zero. So that's your limit. If you're long, the upside is blue sky basically. And I'm more of an optimist. I think a lot of these short seller guys, especially the guys who are professional short sellers, and I have respect for them because look, you have to have balance in the market. Some of them do a valuable job. But a lot of these guys, they're psychological. A lot of these professional short seller guys, they got some real mental problems. And I mean, I'm not making a joke. They really have, a lot of these guys have they have some real psychological issues. I don't know if they've, whatever it is. But so, yeah, so we're focused on, things which are going up big time. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. Pop this guy here, block this user of. We got .com crash happened March 2000. It's a very interesting. Dominic, I like where you're going with this. I think this makes a lot of sense actually, because again, history does not repeat, but it does rhyme. Okay, so let's go to the stocks that are moving up. Let's see here. Oh, so we're on Telegram. Yeah, you saw that. Let me pull this up here. Again, of course. Come on, guys. If you're new, click the like and the subscribe button multiple times. If you're watching this afterwards, click all the ads 100 times. Yeah. We're gonna have to have the subscription here. We're gonna have to have a subscription because I think what's happening. I think actually what's happening is I think we're getting like a lot of these TikTokers. I mean, that is actually I have to say that is the kind of like the bottom feeding of the of of the financial world. It's amazing. Okay, so Tesla is going to explode. So we're Tesla, Bitcoin, and we are really in a great setup into March. As where's my comment from? Who's the guy? Dominic. Yeah, Dominic. What Dominic said is makes a lot of sense to me. I think that's probably into February, maybe even. So we got about, let's call it 6-8 weeks to make a lot of money. I think a lot of these stocks are about to go parabolic. So let's dive right in let's start with fans, okay? By the way, I'm not going to cover every one of our stocks tonight, only because I kind of have to keep it a little bit short. But I'm going to be back Monday or Tuesday. So this week is going to be a very busy week. We have live streams from pretty much all our companies this week. It's going to be a very busy week. We may have like 3 live streams per day this week. It's going to be very busy because I think a lot of these companies are going to come out with big news this week. Okay, so fans, if you've been following the Telegram channel, you saw that we called a breakout. The breakout happened. It's above $1. It's heading to I think $2.50, $3 in the next 4 weeks. We might see a little bit of a consolidation, but I think this thing, I mean, the trajectory of this thing is good. It's going to go off the charts, literally. I think this is going to go to $2.50, $3, next couple of weeks. That is going to be one of our big winners. And then, we might see, who knows? We'll see, we could see $7, $5. I don't know. They have to produce, they got to show some traction with those the casino games that they're putting into the aggregators. If they can show a quarter full of good numbers, it's going to be off to the races. So that is the thing to watch for. Again, the thing to watch for with fans is probably I would say by the second quarter. I think by the second quarter we should see some of those numbers coming in, and which could be meaningful. So that is the key. Now let's go to Cabin. So Fans, we introduced the stock at, what is it, 15 cents? Was it 20? How much was the price? I don't know. What was Fans? 22 cents. 22 cents. Excuse me. I think it was 22 cents. I don't know. What difference does it make? The stock is over $1, but so we introduced this back in July, and that's been one of our big winners. So we have a lot of winners here. Yeah, Fitzy, if you were watching, if you're on our Telegram, I'm not trying to brag here or anything, but the calls on the Telegram have been very accurate. And it's all based on, I'm kind of putting out commentary throughout the trading day when stocks look like they're breaking out, and it's been pretty accurate. No, okay. We may have to start charging for that in the new year. Let's see here. Oh, logic. We got too many stocks here. Exactly. TikTokers. Let's see. Yes, I've noticed there's haters. I'm getting haters now. That means I've made it to the big time. I have haters. We get the haterade. Let's see, Bitcoin. I'm gonna pull up this guy. Interesting. This guy is Bitcoin mining Bitcoin. I don't understand this mining. You plug in a computer. This is, I know there's companies out there that are mining Bitcoin. Where they got a room full of high-speed computers sucking up a lot of electricity, and they have to move to a place which has cheap energy, like in Iceland, so they can make Bitcoin. It doesn't make any sense. That's the crazy thing about Bitcoin. It's based on nothing. It is complete fugazi. 1 billion subscribers is the goal for the first quarter. We're gonna have 1 billion subscribers here on the channel. That is the goal. RK. $1. I think we can get there. We'll get them a calendar ready. I'll give you the shipping instructions. Let's see here. Okay, so Cabin. I got Cabin on the chart here. I haven't even talked about it. Okay, so Cabin. We introduced Cabin at whatever this day was when it just went crazy. This big spike. So, in theory, you could have gotten into Cabin at about 13 cents. Let's call it 15 cents. 15 cents if you were, quick. If you saw the Telegram, if you were a subscriber on Telegram, and you saw it, or actually we had people who guessed it. We had a couple of people who guessed Cabin from Discord. That was pretty clever, and also Trip. So yeah, some guys figured out the Trip. I don't know how they did it, but it was pretty impressive. When you were doing great things, yes. I don't know, great. I'm not solving world peace or curing cancer, but hey, what can you do? Let's see here. So what goes first, 10X, Cabin or Trip? I don't know. Let's just SHG. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up SHG. That's gonna be a big one. SHG I think is gonna be one of the big ones of this year. But let's do one thing at a time. Cabin is okay. So you could have gotten into Cabin at, let's call it 15 cents. It hit 45 cents in, I don't know, 2 days. So what, you could have tripled your money. In 2 days. Now here's what's impressive here. Okay, people say, "Oh, pump and dump. Oh, it's all." If this was a pump and dump, that stock would have pumped, and then it would have gone back to 5 cents. Look what's happening. You're really seeing higher closing highs. Look at this chart. The action on the chart is very impressive. Very, very impressive. I believe tomorrow, this week, we're going to see new highs on Cabin. New highs on Cabin. Okay, and Cabin will be back for a live stream. What day? I have it somewhere. It's this week. They're going to be back. David will be back. So Cabin is looking fantastic. I mean, the Friday action, Thursday, I guess Thursday was very impressive. So let's go to our medical stocks. Let's go to kind of our medical trio. These guys are all doing very different things. So it's not like, they're competing. There's no competition. They're all three completely different business models. Elad says buying lots of Cabin. Good looking chart. I agree. Yes, optionality. This is the big thing. I like things which have that big upside potential. I mean, big upside potential, multiple catalysts in place, limited risk. So you have limited risk with a lot of these stocks. I mean, they can go to zero, but realistically, that most of these are, I think at this point, a lot of them pretty much have a solid foundation, especially if you got in early. So yeah, can I mention? Yeah, I'm going to mention it. Geez, calm down, guys. Calm down. ESC is actually looking good. Yeah, we'll cover everything here. So Cabin is looking very good. Let's pull up Visby. That is, what's interesting with these stocks is it's like a horse race. Sometimes you have, these guys that are kind of lagging for weeks and months, and all of a sudden they explode, and then the others kind of start, lagging. That's the way it is. I mean, because look, we have 10 stocks in our universe. Wait, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, whatever the number is, 12 stocks maybe. So, right now I think about 6 of them are ready to explode. A few of them are consolidating. None of them are declining, which is good. Visby is also an amazing looking chart. We really, with Visby, we need to see a few closes above 70 cents Canadian. We need to see a couple of closes. And that will be very impressive. Yeah, Bruce Linton is an amazing guy. I'd love to do something with him, just like just the Q&A talking about his philosophy is just running companies, microcaps. And what's amazing is I think Bruce, he's been the CEO of like maybe 4 or 5 companies, public companies before. They were kind of hit or miss. And this guy's resilient, and his the system works. He hit it out of the park with Canopies. So I mean, and that's impressive. I mean, that is very impressive. Incredible. Visby, I don't know if they're the world leader. Yeah, they're being positioned. I mean, this could be big. That's why I like this. This could be very big. So Project X is going to be, it's a new company that's going to be announced. It's not public yet. I can't really talk about it. So there's no chart. Okay, so there's no chart. The link for Telegram is, click the description of the video description below on YouTube, and you're going to see all the links. Okay, so did I miss something? Did I miss CBD? We got 12 stocks we got to cover. So so we got Visby. Okay, so we got Visby. Did I not cover CBDT? Okay. Too many distractions. Okay. Yeah, I think I didn't cover CBDT. I think I pulled it up and didn't cover it. Okay, CBDT, everything is looking amazing. I think we're going to see new highs this week. It needs to close. We need to see a couple of solid closes above 30 cents. So it's got to break out above 30 cents. Let's call it 32 cents. I want to see like three closes above 32 cents. And then we could see, I mean, it could be the next target is going to be probably 50 cents, 60 cents. So also wallstreetreporter.com. That's our that's the main website. Go there. Go to wallstreetreporter.com for all our stuff. Okay, CBDT looking very good. Let's see here. Okay, let's go to Doc. CloudMD. This has been one of our big winners of 2020. Up, it's 5x. And again, it's been consolidating here. It's taking 2 months roughly. It's perfectly normal. I know everybody wants to make, $1 billion in the first 2 weeks. And that's not the way it works. These things go at their own pace. So we had a breakout, came back. It's kind of hanging out here. I think we got to close above. We need to see again. We got to maintain above 250. But I think we have a very good setup here to see, $5, $7 plus in CloudMD. The fundamentals are phenomenal. If you listen to the interviews with the CEO, Dr. Hamza, it was all fantastic. So Visby, I talked about Visby, right? Okay. Let's go to LGIQ. This has been kind of breaking out and kind of lagging, breaking out. I mean, it's very frustrating. Again, this is a stock we introduced at, I think, 350, was it? Yeah, back in July, mid-July. And here we are. It hit $14. So from 350 to 14 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Not bad, right? I have a $40 target on this. $40, I believe we're going to see on LGIQ this year. And let's see here. Let's see here. We got Sheldon Inwentash. Sheldon Inwentash is basically just, jumping on our stocks. This guy's basically free riding. He's like a guy who's, you ever see those guys? You ever see these kids, in traffic, there's cars driving by and some kid on a skateboard, grabs onto, the back of the car. That's what Sheldon is doing right now. He's like a leech. We're gonna shake him off soon. We're gonna shake off this freeloader. Okay, so yeah, I mean these stocks don't need Sheldon, believe me. It's okay. So Peak. Let's pull up Peak Fintech. Peak Fintech. PKK. Okay, Peak Fintech again. Stock we introduced at what is it? 40. When was it? September, I think it was. So 40 something cents. I think it was 40 cents roughly. $2 high. Nasty pullback. We had a lot of option exercise action happening, and we had a rough last month. I think we're about, the stock was attempting a big comeback this week. And again, if you follow, I think I may have mentioned on Telegram, I really wanted the stock to close above $2. It would be very, very bullish if it closed above $2 and maintain that level. It didn't do that. That's, that is the deal. So, it's going to be, I think this week is going to be it's going to be choppy. I think it's going to be choppy. But this is, again, I think we could see a 350 plus on Peak very soon. So that is my target, really 350, probably by mid-February. Let's call it February 15th. Valentine's Day, right? Or the 14th, whatever that is. So Peak is looking good. It could break out. You don't know with this stock. It's been very interesting. It's been very choppy here. But again, the long-term trend is good. Again, I always say these stocks, they can't go up every day. They can't go up every single day. I know like a lot of people who probably are new to the channel. They're like, they just bought the stock last week, whatever, 2 months after, everybody else bought it. And they think that they're entitled because they bought it, that, the market owes them the stock is going to go up now. It's going to triple because the market knows that you're in it. Just because you're in it doesn't mean that the stock has to go up. Okay, there's a lot of other people in it, so that is the deal. Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to have actually in the next few weeks, we're going to introduce some other stocks. I'm not sure if we're going to have a next super stock. But we're going to have, I'm going to be introducing on the Discovery Day platform. And what that is, okay, so next super stock, if you all know, I have 6 very specific criteria a company has to meet to be considered that next super stock. Okay, very, very specific. I covered that in one of our videos, which is, again, multi-billion, big market opportunity, multiple catalysts, news flow, inflection point, undervalued compared to their peers. Okay, it has to be very cheap. CEO that gets it, a part of a big theme. So those are six criteria. Not every company meets that criteria. And also, I need to know for sure that there's going to be big news flow happening. So for next super stock, we need to have, 3-5 news stories per month coming out of that company. We need to have a big news flow, because the news flow is what keeps the company top of mind with investors. Look, we have a system. Okay, at the end of the day, next super stock, there's a system here at work. Okay, and we need to have a company meet all those criteria. However, here's the thing: I have missed out on, and not me, you have missed out on a couple of big winners in recent months because, I've been approached by companies which, had interesting stories. Okay, they have interesting stories, compelling, but they don't meet all 6 criteria. There might be, one thing is missing. Maybe, the thing is not completely undervalued compared to the peers. Maybe the news flow is choppy. That's usually the big reason. They don't have enough news, or the news flow has been like not consistent, which I don't like. I got to have consistent news flow. So I turned down a couple of opportunities, and some of those things went up like between 3x and 5x in the last 6 weeks. So we had 300 to 500% movers in the last 6 weeks. Companies which basically I turned down because they didn't meet the criteria, and as a result, you missed out on. So what I'm going to do is with the Discovery Day platform, what that's going to be is going to be companies which are high potential companies, but where they also could be like, mid-market, mid-cap companies. They might have a 2x, 3x. It could be a quick double, triple, not necessarily a 100-bagger or a 20-bagger. It could be nice companies, or they could be. I mean, look, we've had companies. The companies I least expect are usually the ones that have the biggest moves. Just the way it is. Like, the companies I least expect have been some of the biggest moves. So the Discovery Day, what that's going to be about, I want to be very, very clear so you guys just know the difference between next super stock companies and Discovery Day. So Discovery Day companies is, again, companies with great potential, but they just don't have all those criteria yet. They might turn into next super stock, but they may not have the big news flow. They may not have certain things that, So I'm going to be introducing a couple of companies, and those companies are going to be done. I'm going to have our new analyst, Andrew. Have you guys seen Andrew? He did the interview with the newsletter guy, the gold guy, on Skarica, David Skarica, last was it Wednesday? Unfortunately, David was in the Bahamas and his internet was frozen, so you couldn't really see him. But Andrew is very good. So Andrew is going to be introducing. He's going to be doing most of those interviews. I might introduce the companies at first, but he's going to do the what do you call it? Okay, so guys, if you promote Fugazi stocks on this live chat, I'm going to block you. So don't do it. It's okay. Oh my God, what is this? I mean, this is so embarrassing. Come on, guys. I mean, you're putting in these cockamamie stocks here. I'm going to delete these. Yeah, so we had one on Thursday, Val. We had David on Thursday. We're gonna have a couple more this week. We're gonna have much more stuff. Genius Brands, that is a scam company. I'm gonna have to block you, Jorge. So there we go. CRVC, we got to see news flow. We got to see some results coming up. And yes, it is super stock potential. Canadian stocks. We're doing what we're doing. Right now it's a lot of Canadian stocks. So speaking of Canadian stocks, okay, so I talked about Discovery. So speaking of Canadian stocks, let's look at a great Canadian stock. Potential Order of Canada winner. Let's go here. SHG, a beautiful looking chart. Great looking chart. Let's see here. SHG looks like it's about to explode. We're going to see I think an explosion this week, and we're going to see new highs. I mean, this is a great setup here. This is an amazing setup. Look at this. The action on Thursday was incredible. I mean, this could be a 350 stock in the month. I think we could see a $150 this week, new high. The CEO will be back. He will be back this week, so stay tuned. Project X, give it about a month. Give it about a month or so. Give it about a month. It's going to be. Is DOC a high risk stock? You know, I like to say all these stocks are high risk because I don't want people. I don't want to attract the wrong type of investors into these. I mean, these are all speculative at the end of the day. Look, all stocks are speculative. Okay, GE, General Electric, is down 90% from its highs. Right? Is that speculative? That's one of the blue chip stocks. So, listen, anything can drop. I think a lot of our stocks right now, because of the moment, they're really de-risked. I would say so, but don't take my word for it. Grandmaster Stash, $2.99. Thank you very much, Grandmaster Stash. Do you have any questions? I hope it's not going to be the pump of some other stock here. Okay, so let's see. We got. We're in Discord, by the way. We are in Discord. Click the link down below. We have a link tree, I think you call it, wallstreetreporter.com/links. And that gives you links. You see where it says in the description, wallstreetreporter.com/links. That page will take you to all our links: Discord, Telegram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok. Cabin at $1. Visby could hit $1. Visby could hit $1. I would not be surprised. FCO is actually looking pretty good. I got the chart. There's not a lot of data on the chart, so it's hard to really. Doc ain't high. Yeah, I mean the fundamentals are very good, very good. Listen, I don't want to say anything is easy money. I don't want to say anything. I'm not giving advice. I'm not giving recommendations. I'm saying that this chart looks great, and we are likely to see new highs, but all stocks are risky and they can all go to zero. So do not buy unless you're prepared to lose all your money. Okay, so let's take a look at Trip. So Trip, we introduced this at right around here. So let's call it 15 cents. 15 cents basically. Hit a high of 55 cents in less than a week. Not bad, right? 3x plus, 3 times your money. So what would you rather do? Do you want to buy Bitcoin here at 30,000 and hope it goes to 100,000 and triple your money? Or, and that could take it, I don't know, and it's based on hot air, or you can buy a stock like Trip and you could triple your money in a week. It's unbelievable. We should be selling subscriptions here for like 50 grand a month or something. By the way, I actually had an interesting conversation with a guy from the 60s. I had an interesting conversation with the guy's actually a Hollywood. He was a big Hollywood director. He made a couple of big hit movies, and he was a guy from that era, from the late 60s. I asked him, "Hey, have you taken mushrooms?" Do you know? Because I've never done mushrooms. I've never done any drugs. I smoked pot. I didn't do anything for me. So but that's about it. But this guy's done everything. He's a big believer in mushrooms. He thinks it's a great thing for mental health. It can solve a lot of problems. And this guy actually told me he grew his own mushrooms in Beverly Hills. He grew mushrooms. He told me it's very difficult. It's not easy growing your mushrooms. What does that tell you? So I was doing my due diligence. So the mushroom thing is going to be big, and we're going to be doing more stuff with psychedelics. So microdose is the best way. Listen, this could be the big thing. I might have to do it because this guy was very, very. He was talking up the mushrooms. He said it was a big thing. He did everything. He said he did the ayahuasca, the whole deal. He's a big fan of mushrooms. Not for every day though. I think he said it's something you do every. The first question I ask is, so have you ever tried DMT? No, that's the Joe Rogan question. Michael Mahendra. All right, Michael Mahendra, super fan. Michael Mahendra is back. With January. February. Should we be? You're asking the political questions here. Man, we got this week. Supposedly this week we got the big vote. What is it? I'm not sure how this works. These congressional procedures. I'm actually believe I should know. I think any citizen should know how these things work. But I think this Wednesday there's the big vote on the Electoral College nonsense that they do in Congress, and they may, there's all of a sudden pushback coming. I think, everybody thinks that Biden is the vice president elect. He's doing his thing, like he's dressing up as he's got the big sign behind him. He's got that big set. It looks very official, presidential. To make to kind of it's a big propaganda thing. So I think there's a possibility that Trump might there's a very strong. I believe there was massive election fraud. That's my personal opinion. Listen, if the public wants Biden, that's what can I do? That's the if the majority literally legitimately voted for him, that's fine. I don't think that happened. So, and I think there's a lot of people who question that if they do an audit, it turns out that Biden actually is not the winner. Maybe that's why the market has been rallying. Think about that. The market is always a forward looking indicator. So it could be that maybe you're going to see Trump for the next 12 years, right? I don't know. No. So no. Okay. To answer your question, honestly, listen right now, Michael. The stocks we have, again, I don't know how things are going to look in 5 days. Everything could reverse right now. Today, the charts I'm showing right now are looking very strong. I mean, the charts don't lie. I mean, we're looking at some incredible strength here in these charts. So Trip was making a big comeback the other day. Got knocked down a little bit. I think we're going to see a little bit of consolidation in this 30-cent range. maybe for like the next week or so. And then we could see the next big run. So what we saw right now is really the first wave. Wave one we saw. And these things usually go in a couple of waves. So I think the next wave is going to take Trip to, over $1. Okay, we're going to see over $1 in Trip. Again, my opinion based on charts. I'm not giving advice. Yeah, so Trip is looking very good. Yeah, Series C. I'm going to cover Series. Yeah, Series C is good stuff. Who's going to explode first? Should we flip a coin? Let's flip a coin. I mean, right now, SHG looks like it's going to tomorrow. It looks like I always get in trouble when I make these predictions for next day. It usually goes the opposite. And then so SHG looks like a great setup for tomorrow. SHG looks like a very strong setup. And then the other two are but they all look very good right now. So Bruce is not running Trip. It's what's his name? Todd. I had a brain. Todd, the CEO. Bruce is like the advisor. Bruce is basically giving advice. Bruce is not involved operationally. But I think he's basically he's a smart guy. He's doing advisory work. He's not. Nobody wants to get involved in running a company. That's like the worst business to be in. Bruce is giving advice, and I think I think they have a great team like that. Trump, let's find out. This is gonna be some crazy stuff. We don't know, but 12 more. I'm making a joke, by the way. He's not 12. The guy, this 4 years is the limit. It's a joke in case anybody doesn't know. But Russia, if you are watching, help out, please. Okay, so it's a joke. Humor. Okay, so logic. I think we got to see logic get onto Neo. Once it's in Neo, I think that's gonna be the catalyst, because I think once it opens up to Canadian investors, and then it can cross list to New York Stock Exchange, whatever. It's gonna be great. FCO. I don't know. Ask Todd the next live stream. I don't know the answer. I don't have the answer to that. Ask him the next one. By the way, guys, that's the whole idea, is join the CEO live streams. Look, ignore everything I'm saying here. All the stuff here is opinion. It's just nonsense. What you want to do is watch the CEO live streams that we do. Okay, ask the CEOs your questions. Ask them your questions. We're going to pop them on the screen. Just like we have right here. Anthony, join the live stream. I'm going to pop your question up on the screen just like that, and you ask Todd. Get his answer. See how he answers it. That's the whole idea. Is I want to see how these guys answer the questions. A billion%, a billion X is the goal. So let's go to what did I cover? Did we do everything already? Logic, Visby, Doc. Yeah, let's go to I'll pull up CRVC. CRVC is kind of lagging right now. Okay, it's a little bit of a laggard right now. It's kind of been drooping. So we had a run up. It's been hanging out. I thought 35 cents is a key support level. It broke that support. Okay, so there is a secondary level of support in the 32-cent range here, right where it is right now. So we need to see some news, some good things happening, and that's going to lift us. Again, they have a big project, very impressive stuff that they have in Ontario. From what I understand, speaking to people who know mining, FCO is another one. Actually, FCO looks pretty. It's hard to really tell. I mean, you can't tell anything with that chart. You got to look at like a 10-day, and even with that, and again, FCO is another one. there's some pretty sharp guys who are involved with this stock. So I think this is one to watch. They just started drilling, so that's the thing. So you're gonna have to stay tuned. Okay. What else? What else? What else we got here? Yeah. So that is what's happening. Let me pull up one more. So tomorrow's big winners. Tomorrow's big winners. I'm going to pull up SHG. I'm going to pull up SHG because, let me see, 10 days. I'm going to pull up SHG. It's looking pretty good here. So this 10-day chart, yeah, but if you look at this, the big chart right now, SHG is looking phenomenal for tomorrow or this week. Okay, I might be wrong about tomorrow. It's going to be this week. So ICANN is going to be back this week. ICANN brands. ICANN has been, it's been, it's not setting the world on fire. It's just at a night. This basically is like your classic trend trader chart. I've mentioned this multiple times. It just nice direction, it pulls back, goes back, and the trend is up. So we've had a pullback right here, and it looks to me like we're on the support right now. So it's going to bounce off, and then I'm going to do this here, and we're going to see a continuing move upwards. So right now the stock is at support right here. 55 cents is Canadian is the support level. Let's see here. Yeah. 55 cents support. It's right at support. 50 cents is the secondary level of support. I don't think it's going to get that low. I think it's right here. We could see a turnaround, and then, it's going to, keep chugging along. This is one of these stocks that, like, chugs along. Let's see here. What else do we have? What else do we have? Let me pull up this SHG. Let me pull up the SHG chart. I love this chart. So here's what I like about this chart right now. It's a high momentum. You got a high momentum thing going on here. And what is happening is it has been consolidating, a very short consolidation, and it looks like it's ready to break out and could run bigly. I agree. I think ICANN is like it's like a trend trader's dream. Somebody, they buy, you sell, you buy the dips. I mean, if you want to do that type of thing, I don't know. Let's see. FCO is looking good. Cabin, amazing. Yeah. SHG, very impressive stuff. Yeah, I think the FCO chart, it's very hard to, there's not enough there that it's hard to read that chart. So I like whatever I'm pulling up is kind of, it's kind of hazy. But the fundamentals are solid. Yeah, everything is looking good here. Okay, so we're on Telegram. Click the link below in the description to get the Telegram, our YouTube, not the YouTube, the Twitter, all that stuff. Discord. Click the link. Click the YouTube like button, the subscribe button. Subscribe multiple times. Tell all your friends to subscribe. Your dog, your cat, your family, your relatives. Again, everything here is not a recommendation. None of it is a recommendation to buy or sell securities, very high-risk securities. These are clients of Wall Street Reporter. We're getting paid by these companies. That is the deal. So thank you all for joining, and we'll see you on the next live stream. We got a massive schedule this week. Stay tuned. Make sure you click to our website, get onto our email list so you do not miss out. And make sure you're on our Telegram channel. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next live stream.